Real estate development in Ghana has seen a significant boom, but many of the new homes that have sprung up are priced beyond the reach of the average Ghanaians. The government has since urged industry players to help build affordable homes to tackle the housing deficit of 2 million in the West African nation. Now, some analysts have also urged local authorities to initiate remedial measures to the growing housing challenges by completing their abandoned projects. And let's have more details of that in this report.
Kojo Williams builds homes in this estate in Accra and sells them to high-income earners. He says the high cost of land and building materials feeds into the pricing of his houses, so much so that the average Ghanaian cannot buy.
When you look at the mortgage market, for instance, it prevents a lot of Ghanaians from entering new entrants into the mortgage market, because then the cost of housing, the cost of buildings, the cost of the available, houses are, exorbitant, out of the reach of the ordinary Ghanaian.
The housing deficit in Ghana is estimated to be about 2 million. Estate developers say bridging the deficit will require affordable houses being built for low-income earners, but they cannot do it alone.
The private developer really doesn't have a lot of opportunities, to actually put up buildings that are affordable to Ghanaians. So I would expect that probably the government will look into the industry, give some incentives to big private developers, or acquire land, through government intervention, so that private developers could probably make use of those opportunities.
The government has urged industry players to team up to tackle the housing challenges in Ghana. Some estate developers argue that the housing deficit in Ghana is not largely due to the lack of homes. At this estate in Accra, new buildings are springing up rapidly, but most of the existing houses are empty because many people cannot afford to rent or buy them. Analysts want the government to lead the charge of providing affordable housing by completing its abandoned projects.
A lot of projects are being initiated today. We are not seeing, the project, especially when it comes to housing. If you find out how many contracts were signed in the past administration in terms of contract to execute certain housing projects, the numbers are so huge. If you put them together, we might be hitting about 2 million.
Kojo Williams agrees the government's affordable housing projects, when implemented, would help quickly bridge the deficit, because for many private developers, the focus is more on making profit. Nabil Ahmed Rufai, CGTN, Accra, Ghana.